You support my Second Amendment on that one? Do you, Barack? Because I'll go. I'd wear one today. As a state senator in 2004, Obama voted to uphold local gun banning laws. He was also for the criminal prosecution, I love this one, for those who use guns in their own self-defense. Wow. As a senator in 2005, Obama voted to ban nearly all rifle ammunition, mostly used for hunting and sports shooting. From his own book, Audacity of Hope, in 2006, quote, I believe in keeping guns out of the inner cities and that our leaders must say so in the face of gun manufacturers' lobby. Amen, Brother Barack. Obama has supported 500% increases in taxes on guns and ammo. Obama was on the board of the leading funder of anti-gun organizations, the Joyce Foundation. And Joyce always seemed so nice. He also supported banning gun stores within a 5-mile radius of any school or park. That sounds reasonable until you start to draw those little circles and you realize, wow, that encompasses almost every gun store in America. And then there's Vice President Joe Biden, a working guy. He's just like you, telling a gun owner that enjoys guns that he's crazy, but he does it with style and hair plugs. Watch.
Tell me your position on gun control, as myself and other Americans really want to know if our babies are safe. This is my baby, purchased under the 1994 gun ban.
I'll tell you what, if that's his baby, he needs help.
Lemming, I am a lemming. I am a lemming.
I think he just made an admission against self-interest. I don't know that he's mentally qualified to own that gun. No, I'm being serious. Look, this idea we go around talking about people who own. I'm the guy that originally wrote the assault weapons ban that became law.
Yes, he is. Maybe he can help us define who those people are who have no right to own a gun. Then we go to the regulatory czar, the most dangerous man in America. And this is when he's beginning to come into his full power. These are his days. I told you about him and told you earlier or late last year, watch it, because now we go into regulatory nightmares. Here is Cass Sunstein. He's called the Second Amendment the Constitution's most mysterious right. He doesn't believe the amendment creates an individual right. No. That right is so that we can give guns to the militias and to the army. Oh, we had to write that one down? He also suggests that we could be seeing some changes in the courts and what's happening with the guns in 3 or 4 years. Watch this.
In terms of judicial developments, it is striking and noteworthy that well over 2 centuries since the founding, the Supreme Court has never suggested that the Second Amendment protects an individual right to have guns. Not once. It would be amazing, though, given that fact, don't be surprised if the first time it happens is in the next 3 or 4 years.
You know what? That tape was made 3 or 4 years ago. Notice he said it like, I better not say it out loud. Don't be surprised. Really? By the way, Cass also wants to reverse the Constitution from a charter of negative liberties to positive liberties, which means government tells you what you're allowed to do, not you telling the government. Sunstein also talked about this. Now this is so normal. He just thinks we should ban hunting as well.
We ought to ban hunting, I suggest, if there isn't a purpose other than sport and fun. That should be against the law.
Okay. Then, Wayne, how could you possibly say that you're sitting down with a group of people that have worked their whole life to destroy the Second Amendment? These people are not extremists. It's you, Wayne LaPierre, and your people at the NRA. Wait a minute, I'm one of those people who joined the NRA. Wayne LaPierre has nothing in common with these people because he has common sense. He doesn't want banning of rifles and hunting. No, they just want to talk about protecting children. Let me give you a prediction here. But I'm going to need a little work here. Prediction. No one in their right mind would join this Obama gun law change. No, they wouldn't. It wouldn't happen. So to get it through Congress, and lucky for him, he's already made Congress irrelevant, so he didn't have to worry about them. My prediction is that Cass Sunstein has, well, probably around 2007, has just started drawing out all the new laws or an executive order that Obama will sign when he can find the time to squeeze it in between sports picks. And he's going to look at us with sad puppy dog eyes like this, and he's going to say, I tried to meet with the big bad NRA. I just wanted to protect the people. And now they forced me to do something I don't want to do. I have to sign this executive order. Look at the tear. It hurts for me to do it. Yeah, right. That's coming. What's the rest of the media saying? Well, here's a story from the president's recommended reading source, the Huffington Post. Quote, faced with a hostile Congress to even the slightest restrictions of the Second Amendment rights, the Obama administration is exploring potential changes to gun laws that can be secured strictly through executive action. Oh, that pesky Congress, always wanting to protect and defend the Constitution. Why must they be so stingy? I mean, well, except for that whole oath thing that they take. You know, that old dusty, dirty document has a neat little trick up its sleeve. You can change it at any time. You can. It's a whole process written down in that old dusty document. Read it sometime. It's great, progressives. You'd think that the progressives would use it that way. They wouldn't have a problem whipping up support to get things changed in the Constitution, which you can do. Yeah. I mean, it should be easy. They've got pretty much the entire news media, Hollywood, the schools, the White House, but they still can't get the job done. It must be because most of their ideas suck and scare the American people out of their mind when it's explained to them plainly. Yeah. Last time progressives jammed one of their ideas through, America's got prohibition. Oh, and the Federal Reserve and the income tax, all in one administration. It was great. In fact, it was so great that they had to start hiding and saying that they weren't progressives, they were liberals. And it took America 70 years to forget what a nightmare progressives really were. Watch for this executive order. Oh, and there's one other priority the president's working on. Schools and education with his union buddies. Next. Two things I want you to check out at glennbeck.com. Do it now. One, you have to see the spooky door. It is a door. I talked about this on the air yesterday, and they actually went and they filmed it and took you through it. I've never even been through this door. This door in my office has actually made my children cry. It's bizarre. I don't even know what it is. And then a conversation with 4 experts that I had the other night on what is coming in the next 12 months. It is a conversation that America must have, and not one that I expected actually to have when we started. It is amazing. Check it out. Front page of glennbeck.com. Do it now. Also, I want to show you something I think almost as scary as the spooky door. It's actually worse than the spooky door. It's from the Department of Education. It's a report from the Daily Caller that explains how the Department of Education officials, in an attempt to battle bullying, remember, they're just trying to help you and the kids, have taken Big Brother to a whole new level. The DOE has come up with a reinterpretation of a decades-old civil rights bullying law, which is weird, because that's almost like what Cass Sunstein does. Don't change the laws, just tweak the regulations just a little bit. If you had to guess, take a wild guess, how would you say the new interpretation requires more intrusive government action? Or is it less government action? Yeah. The new interpretation says, quoting, that principals and their schools are legally liable if they fail to monitor students closely enough to curb harassment. And this may even reach harassment that occurs outside of the school grounds. So now the school has to listen in to regular conversations at lunchtime. And then they have to also watch the internet places such as Facebook. So if your kid is posting something on Facebook at 7 o'clock at night, your principal better know about it. That doesn't sound like this. I don't think this is going to be... Harassment is now being defined as verbal attacks and name-calling, graphic and written statements which may include use of cell phones or the internet. It does not have to include intent to harm, be directed at a specific target, or involve repeated incidents, but creates a hostile environment. The definition is so vague that it really could be anything. It's almost like, you know, those people who just have no business owning a gun. That kind of fuzziness that Cass loves so much. They also have a solution in there. What happens once there is harassment discovered by the school? The school may need to provide training or other interventions not only for the perpetrators but also for the larger school community to ensure that all students, their families, and the school staff can recognize harassment. Wow. School may even have to provide harassment training to the entire school community? Oh, I can't wait for them to come knocking at my door for a conversation that, you know, one of my kids' schoolmates that he doesn't even know said on Facebook on his own time, and they knock on my door and they say, hey, you got to go to harassment training, and I'm going to teach them something called property lines and trespassing. Get the hell off my property. What do you think? Is that harassing? I hope not. Here is the only anti-harassment video I think anyone needs. Watch this.
Garbage it does. Well, this is getting sad, bro. Okay, guys, just keep recording. Keep recording. Look at that. Who's that in the background?
The kid is a... There you go. That's how you fix it. Check out the whole thing, the whole story at glennbeck.com. That's how you fix it, gang. The kid was like, don't mess with me, don't mess with me, please don't mess with me, don't mess with me, don't, you don't want to hit me again. Boom! Now, guess who's being sued? You'll find the whole story at glennbeck.com. See you in a minute.
Gather round, kids. Glenn's going to tell you his version of the Three Little Pigs story next.